I had a wonderful, very sort of avuncular relationship with Aaron.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Stop, yeah.
Act like an uncle.
I mean, he was educated in America, so I can understand that. Beat you in the War of 1812, and I'll beat you again. That's how you beat me today. Avuncular, uncle-like.
Okay.
Yes.
Or uncle-like.
Yes.
Okay.
Avuncular. Right? Anyone?
Yes.
Anyone? Right? Any avuncular people out there? Nieces now? I had a very avuncular relationship with him. He was a great friend. He was also a great teacher to me. He taught me invaluable. He gave me an invaluable relationship about speaking, which obviously I forgot most of those lessons that he taught me.
Avuncularly so.
Yeah. No, he taught me a lot about television and the way television works and how to tell stories. But he also taught me a lot about how to polish off a bottle of vodka, which he was very good at. Oh my God.
He was diligent.
Oh man, he would not quit. He would not quit until that bottle was empty. No, Aaron was a great storyteller. He was very pragmatic about telling stories, and he had very simple rules about how to tell a story, and he wanted everything to be very aspirational and very beautiful, and he was also wanting to keep everything very simple, and those rules of storytelling are the hallmarks of storytelling that all of the producers that are still working, there are a lot of the producers that are working today follow his rules of storytelling that he's been following since from the moment he started in the 60s till the moment he died.
As an actor and a writer.
All these guys are continuing on to this day.
And they just do that because they want to have all that money like he had.
That's right.
That's the truth of it. You get producers that copy Aaron, that's why. That's and I got to tell you, he did not set out to become the uber-rich television producer, world record holder that he was. It just sort of all happened bit by bit by bit. And he thought about these other shows, and then he got in business with these other writers, and then he had 6 shows on the air, and then he had 7 shows on the air, and then, ABC belonged to him in the 70s. But it wasn't his intention. He just loved, like Jason said, he loved to tell stories. He would sit in his office and tell us stories. He'd come to the set, sit in our dressing room, tell us stories. He just was always doing it.
But he also had he had a strange relationship. He was loved. He was adored by fans, and people loved to watch his product. But he was also hated by the critics. Television critics hated him. They panned all of his shows. He got the worst reviewed television shows through the 70s and the 80s. All of his shows were reviewed horribly, and our show was no different. When our show was first reviewed by the New York Times and the New York Post, we got scathing reviews. Not only the show, but us actors in particular were singled out as.
They like my side.
Oh my God! They let us know.
Everybody.
Literally, they were like, hey, all those kids on that show. Yeah, you guys all just signed your death warrants, and you guys should all go back to theater school and don't even bother anymore. You could just go back to working in Tim Hortons.
I remember there
Have
was
a nice time.
that one chick that used to write for the Post in New York, Cindy Adams or whatever.
Yeah.
She decided she was going to bust into a new medium and have a half-hour television gossip show. She did the pilot on my ass. She thought, I'm just going to jump out there and tell the world Luke's done these dirty movies and Luke's a bad actor. And she had some casting director asshole come on and say, yeah, he needs a lot of work and this and that. And I thought, this is the business I'm in, Jesus. I'm just going to work, man. I'm doing the best I can. If you don't like it, cool. You got to do your little show about it, cool. That show never went on the air, just that pilot. And, we went on to make many episodes. Again, because we just concentrate on doing the work. And when the world's got we're not just throwing rocks, but they're hitting you with a slingshot. You can either sit there and go, ow, and really let it get to you and have it bother you. Or you can just put the dome down and say, I'm going to work. Throw them rocks, keep them coming. I don't give a shit. When I start giving a shit, I'll stop going to work.
Are you guys happy that you found fame then as opposed to now? Would you be